Tampa Bay, San Francisco?
Sure. This one's an interesting game because without Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously in this game, we saw Tom Brady take the last couple of minutes to win the game for Tampa last week. Didn't play very good up until then against New Orleans. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Tom Brady comes with this week. We got two teams that are battling for a playoff position in different divisions. The 49ers still have a fantastic team. They're a team that can definitely run the ball very well. We'll have to see how well they'll be able to pass the ball this week without Jimmy Garoppolo, but they sustained it and were fine last week. And then Tampa Bay, they've struggled to run the ball some. They struggled on defense. They've struggled in a lot of areas, but they continue to win football games. I like San Francisco again, even without Jimmy Garoppolo. I think their defense is stifling. I think they can run the ball still very well. I'm going to take San Francisco to win this football game.
I looked at the stats. My son came in last week because they did a prime time. They were on prime time. I forget what game it was, but it was prime time, right? Tampa Bay last week.
Yeah, in New Orleans.
He says. So what does the data show from our Easy Sports data? And it shows that they're under. Games have been under every single game. They are like in the first half in the game this year. They're like 20-3. Under the number. They're just not scoring. Let's talk about the Jets in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride at quarterback for the Jets this year. We're in the Mike White era now. Zach Wilson continues to sit on the bench. The fact that we're talking about either one of the New York teams at the end of the year is amazing at this point. But the Jets have been okay. This is a game that they won earlier this year against Buffalo. Buffalo's a little bit different team than they were then. I think there's still a lot of people Super Bowl favorites. They're still in the Odell Beckham sweepstakes. No Von Miller now on the defense for Buffalo. So you're going to want to see who steps up in that role and becomes the leader of that defense. But at the end of the day, you still got Josh Allen. And for the Jets, they're a scrappy football team. No matter who's a quarterback, they can run the football. They can get it downfield. They've got a pretty decent defense still as well. I think this game's going to be closer than what we think, even with Mike White at quarterback. I am going to this is a tough one. I'm going to take the Jets and take the points.
If you looked at last week, right, they were getting points against Minnesota, a good team, and they played hard to the very, very end of that game. And if you play hard to an end of the game and you score any points in the end and you're getting 10, you're probably going to cover.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that really needs a leader at quarterback, and they need somebody to emerge to be that quarterback. Obviously they haven't been happy with Zach Wilson, who was their early draft pick, but Mike White can throw the football. It looks like the team supports him, and like you said, they played hard to the very end. I think the Jets and the points are going to be my call this week.
And you did mention that we're talking about both New York teams, and they're both winning. They both have winning records. I don't know. I'm old. I don't remember the last time that happened. So, do they have a shot against Philly? They're hosting them.
I think so. They're a team that can run the football. I worry about the Giants a little bit. On defense, their defense wasn't fantastic last year. They've been a lot better this year. But you look at those receivers for Philadelphia, especially A.J. Brown, who torched his little team so bad in the Titans last week that we saw them get rid of their general manager who made that A.J. Brown trade. Devontae Smith has been fantastic, super fast as well at receiver. They've got a trio of running backs that can run the football. They're such a good team. I think that the Giants can hang with them for a while. I don't know. Unless Saquon is 100% healthy and can run that football, and keep that Philly offense on the bench. I think this Philadelphia team's too tough. I'm going to lay the points, and I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game this week.
They've just been taking off right out of the gate and starting fast and just, they've stunk it up in the second half pretty consistently this year. But when you've got a 21-3 lead at halftime, you can get away with stinking it up in the second half.
Yeah, you sure can. I just think this team's getting stronger and stronger as the year goes on. And they look so good last week against Tennessee. So darn good. It's hard to really bet against them right now. They're getting geared up for the playoffs, and they look really, really good. So I think the Eagles are going to be your play this week.